All right, Mario, we're back, and we talked about Tom Brady before the break. A lot of talk that Patrick Mahomes will make his return for the Chiefs this week, full participant in practice. Are you behind this, or is this too early?
It's way too early, man. It's not worth it. They get the win without him,
Yeah.
and yeah. So what do you want? Where's the urgency? Do you think we're gonna lose momentum? Is there something? Do you want him back in the MVP race? What is it that makes the knee jerk? I believe in Andy Reid and what he's doing and what he's able to do with his pieces. I think they could stand a loss or two without completely falling out the race at this point. So I just think it's a mistake because one devastating or even a mistake, misstep, anything, it's not worth it.
No, I could not agree with you more. It's crazy in my mind that you would put your young superstar quarterback at risk. They get out of that Minnesota game with a win. They're in no risk of being overtaken in the conference right now, in the in the division right now. It's a weird choice. They're still up two on the Raiders. Are Andy Reid and those guys concerned that the Raiders are going to overtake them if Patrick Mahomes sits out another week or two? I'm not. I don't think there's a realistic possibility there. I mean, the Chiefs have Tennessee this week, and then the Chargers, and then it would actually be apropos for him to return for that game against the Raiders on December 1st.
Right, right. So the way it's played out and the way it can play out, I actually, even when it was first reported that he would be back in whatever such and such an incredibly short time, I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was like for fun, sure, but what was the urgency? And then you pull a win out. They've played close games, but you pull a win out, and I'm thinking, okay, you're definitely gonna settle in as a coaching staff and an offense to say we're gonna give him the time he needs. Now, I completely don't know what type of human being Mahomes is in the locker room and how nagging he is with the coaches and how much influence he actually has in that. So I don't want to put the entire onus on the coaching staff to make this ignorant move. But at the end of the
Uh-huh.
day, they make the call.
Right. Agreed completely. And this is not a difficult schedule they have left. They have played the tough part of their schedule. They've got Tennessee, the Chargers, the Raiders. Tough game against the Patriots, Broncos, Bears, Chargers. This is not a bunch of league powerhouses in the remainder of the schedule.
Yeah, like walk into it. Take your time. Get ready for the postseason because that's where we're all measuring measuring you on
Yeah.
anyway. I'm sure that's what you're measuring your own success on is getting to the championship, giving yourself a chance to get a ring. So jeopardizing that for a couple extra wins, if you think I mean, home field is very important in the NFL playoffs, yes. But do you really think you lose it?
Mhm. I agree. It seems borderline crazy that they would make this decision. A guy we won't be seeing anytime soon is AJ Green. AJ Green allegedly suffers a setback this week and is now out indefinitely. Can't imagine AJ Green's going to be in the lineup for the Bengals at all this season. Will AJ Green be a Cincinnati Bengal at the beginning of the next league year?
Absolutely not. Mark it down. I hope our good friends at mark it
Yeah,
down.
Washington.
But
Yeah, smart. I
um
see what you did there.
but no, seriously, what setback could it have been? Like I don't I think that what the league does and these coaching staffs do is they use the jargon so well that they
Mm.
try to they try to slide it under the noses of the people. And if AJ Green has not played up to this point, are we supposed to believe that it's his health and that, at some point in practice, he suffered a physical setback that allows him to now no longer be able to play for the remainder of the year?
Yeah. No, this is a weird situation. I can't imagine he's ever going to play for the Bengals again. Another guy who's
It's
certainly
done.
never going to ever play for his current team again is Trent Williams. His season also officially over, placed on the NFI list.
I'm glad. This is great because it's the end of the saga. It's a really, really, really shitty end to it, but it's the end of the saga. Trent can sleep a little bit easier knowing that you get through this process. You do what you have to do to regain, then maintain your health.
Yeah.
And then let's try this thing again, but with a better attempt. I think the Redskins know that this is stupid now, and hopefully we get to see Trent Williams play some high-quality football for at least another year or so.
I mean, he's not old. Trent Williams is like 32 years old. He is not wildly over the hill. He's got tread left on the tires, especially missing his entire age 32 season. This is a mess. I think it's incredibly funny that he came back and the reason they gave for him not playing was helmet discomfort. It's the dumbest thing possible, but in a way also the most appropriate given that this whole thing came to be because of the mass on his head that was so borderline criminally misdiagnosed by the Redskins. Horrible situation. You're right. Let's hope Trent Williams is playing good football for someone else next year. Oh, the injuries do not end there. My worst nightmares came true, but in some weird way, also exactly what I expected to happen. I think I said this to you right before the trade deadline. My fear, Mario Hines, is that the Eagles were going to use Deshaun Jackson coming back as a reason to not make a trade for a receiver at the deadline, only for him to come back too early and get hurt. That is exactly what happened. Played one series, had one catch, now on the injured reserve and eligible to return in the divisional round of the playoffs.
Let me just say that I am sorry, my friend. I really, really am sorry. That hurts because
It has not been a good year for any of our football teams.
You did predict this, yeah, and you guys are just missing playmakers. That's the sad thing about it. It's not like there's a lot of things missing or going wrong for you guys. You just are missing playmakers, missing guys that do the thing that pros are expected to do, make the big play. And now, it's been stamped and confirmed that you won't have your biggest playmaker for the rest of the season, when at least you had something to look forward to with, the dangling of him being in or out and the rushing back
okay.
and then not. Yeah, I know. It
all
stinks,
okay.
So.
Jordan Matthews is back. For the 15th
I saw that.
Time.
I'm like, dust your jerseys off. Dust your old jerseys off.
I'll tell you what, there are definitely Jordan Matthews jerseys out there. He had like an 85 catch season that second year. I guarantee you there are Jordan Matthews jerseys out there. Let me ask you a question, because I have made a, let's call it bold prediction that, over these last, 10 weeks of the season, Jordan Matthews is going to lead all Eagles wide receivers in catches.
Well, yeah, because one thing he does do is catch the ball. It's just he doesn't get any separation or yak or catch anything over 18 yards.
That's fine. We'll take catching the ball. Alshon is catching 57% of the balls that are coming his way, and that is just a horrendous number. I want to talk to you because this Jordan Matthews thing is interesting to me. He has an outstanding rapport with Carson Wentz. They're extremely good friends. They sort of get each other. They know what each other's going to do on the field. How much does that relationship with a quarterback influence wide receiver play and production?
Oh, it's one of the biggest things, and it's why it's so important for the quarterback to have the locker room. Now, having the locker room is definitely more than the wide receivers, but don't be mistaken. It's about who that core group wants as their guy. It's very, very important. So, it's the reason why, the Terrell Owens, that's my quarterback thing, is such a thing, or the Dez Bryants, or, even as close to with the Michael Thomases and how on board, obviously when you're with Drew Brees, those type of things matter. And to put it on the flip side, let's take a remembrance for Tampa Bay and how quickly that passing game just reverted to crap once Michael Evans and Deshaun Jackson didn't believe in what Jameis Winston was capable of doing, and how quickly their skill sets looked a little bit worse and the flow of the offense looked that much worse. So it's a huge deal.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting to watch this play out. You're right. Not a guy who can get past the defense, but I'll take anybody who can catch the ball at this point, man. Couple of interesting moves today for one of the, I guess, more snake-bitten, unlucky, poorly coached teams in the NFL. The Browns extend J.C. Treader, their center, 3 years, $32.5 million, And welcome back one Kareem Hunt for this week's game. What kind of impact do you think Kareem Hunt will have for that Browns offense?
I actually forgot about this guy entirely,
Yeah.
which is hilarious because he actually was a name that, for better or for worse, was included in what we believe the Cleveland Browns resurgence was going to be. Or
Well,
surgence, I
I
guess,
mean,
not
he's
resurgence.
a guy he was a top 5 running back in the NFL 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I mean, so it's weird here. It's mysterious because the running game isn't the problem in
No,
Cleveland.
not even a
So
little
as
bit.
exciting, yeah, exactly. As exciting as it is to have a guy at that talent level back, what you're now just trying to decide is at what point do we interrupt Nick Chubb's flow to get this guy the ball? So it seems right now with other things not working, like Odell Beckham running free up the sideline against one of the top
Oh my
corners
god.
in the NFL and not getting the ball. Outside of that issue and not scoring points, now we have to figure out how to keep a running game seamless. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't think he adds that much at this point.
I have a prediction on this. So, for whatever reason, Cleveland does not trust Nick Chubb on third downs. They routinely go to Dontrell Hilliard as the third down back and pull Chubb. I think Kareem Hunt's basically just going to take all of Dontrell Hilliard's snaps.
Yeah, I mean Kareem Hunt. The highlight of Kareem Hunt was that he could contribute in the passing game. If that's something that he has been focusing on, unofficially, prior to being able to even practice with the team, but just be aware of, then But I still think that takes some shaking of the rust. So that won't be
Sure.
a thing that comes in, and he even looks as good as Hilliard. So
I would certainly hope he does because Dontrell Hilliard is the definition of a replacement level player.